Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this, you're probably my friend and I sent it to you, so thank you very much for clicking on it. And if you're not somebody that I know in real life, happy to have you here. You're my friend now too. I got excited for October and figured we would do some like spooky Halloween themed stuff. So I've got Jennifer in one of her Halloween outfits. I have my Halloween t-shirt. I don't really have a costume that I wear every year, so maybe I'll find something that'll work for that. I figured black lipstick would be fun. I can't really do heavy makeup. I have other stuff to do. And I have to sit like in the spot that I don't normally sit in because the sunlight coming in is insane. Ugh. So we're going to sit behind the window. If you're new here, my name is Bailey and I yap about whatever I want to talk about. And right now, this month is Halloween specials. So I was thinking for October, I would do like a Scooby-Doo, talking about Monster House, maybe read a Goosebumps book, and then I couldn't decide what to do for like a fourth video. So I asked some of my friends if they had any like favorite Halloween specials, and Lola, shout out Lola, said the Garfield Halloween special from 1985. So I looked it up and I watched on YouTube, and then all of my recommendeds were like other, I'm gonna say PBS Halloween specials. I know not every, like, I don't think Garfield was on PBS, but you know the feeling. Like I got Arthur, Bear Stained Bears. Who else was in my recommended? Strawberry Shortcake. So just like those like spooky but not scary PBS vibes for Halloween. Let's just make the whole month of October a PBS Halloween special. Without further ado, let's talk about 1985's Garfield's Halloween Adventure. I don't think that I need to start this video by explaining Garfield to you. Either you know him or you don't, and chances are you know him. That's why I put Jennifer in her pumpkin witch outfits, because it's her orangest outfit. This hat is so pointy. But we've got pumpkin witch, orange. I don't own orange. I'll probably just wear this shirt all month for all the videos. I'll like accessorize different, but the special is only 24 minutes long, and I think if I had 24 minutes left to live, I would watch this, because there are times where it just felt like it took forever. So we open with Garfield's house, and he is asleep in front of the TV, which is incredibly relatable. He's watching the easy listening station, and then it starts playing this grating program about a clown that makes Garfield start working out.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
This feels out of character. Clown says some banger lines such as, "You're going to grow up to be worthless." But he also says that you have to work out so that you can get candy when trick-or-treating. And that's when Garfield learns that there's candy involved with trick-or-treating.
It's Halloween night, and we want to be in great shape to trick-or-treat for all that candy, don't we?
Yes, we do!
And then this is where I get a little bit confused, because I'm not that big of a Garfield head. So maybe Garfield stands. You be nice in the comments, okay? This is about Halloween vibes, not about like Garfield lore. Because I thought Garfield couldn't talk, so I understand that he has voiceover and he kind of like acts like he's talking, but like I catch myself wondering, is this thinking or talking? But then he starts singing, and I don't believe that this singing voice is that cat singing voice.
Knocking on everybody's door.
Whether or not he's thinking or talking, I don't believe that this is his singing voice. And Garfield says he doesn't like any other holiday. Love is incredibly enthusiastic. What a glorious day.
What a glorious day. And
He does what we call like blanket elephant walk into the kitchen and scares John, who's carving a pumpkin. And then I wonder if John and Garfield are just like talking at each other, or if they can, like, Garfield can hear and understand John, but does John hear Garfield? Or does he just like know Garfield so well that he knows like what he would say if he could talk? I don't know. We see Odie wearing the pumpkin head, and he's so cute. And then Garfield stands there dissing Odie before deciding that he should take Odie with him trick-or-treating so he can get more candy, and tells Odie if he does a good job, he can have one piece. Garfield has the kind of greed they warn you about in the Bible. We know this. That's why we like Garfield. They go up to the attic to look for costumes, and Garfield sings a song about what he should be.
what should I be?
And here are some of his options. King or slave, a bat, a black cat, a Halloween cat, an astronaut, robot, hobo clown, an alien. They decided to go with pirates. Odie comes out in 4 peg legs, and I love him. I love Odie. This feels like that time that I did some gardening and then watched SpongeBob and liked Squidward more than SpongeBob. They show their costumes to John, and Garfield steals his lasagna, and I'm really starting to wonder, is this a counter? Is this a table? If it is, how tall is it? How tall is John? He lets both animals up on the counter table. They go trick-or-treating, where we are treated to yet another song.
All of them drunk except for me.
I swear there's a song like every 4 minutes. I think the children are either Garfield and Odie are child-sized or the children are cat-sized, which is odd. Odie is scared, so Garfield sings a song about how if there's one thing he's not, it's a scaredy cat, but he is actually like scared of everything.
One thing I'm not is a scaredy cat.
Gargamel is here, right? That's Gargamel. I'm not big of a Smurf fan, but that looks like Gargamel to me. Instead of trick or treat, which maybe that wasn't what you said yet, when the door opens, Garfield just says, "Gimme."
Gimme.
And then he gets one candy, and then he threatens the lady, so she gives him a lot more candy. Can she hear him? Unclear. And I was going to say that I don't feel like cats can eat candy, but Garfield eats lasagna, so anything's possible in the Garfield universe. They see more houses on the other side of the river, and Garfield convinces Odie that they should cross the river to go get it. He debates being generous and sharing candy, and is that the spirit of Halloween? And then decides, F it. Candy, 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 candy.
Candy.
They find a rowboat that they just get in, and then they get caught in a current and lose the oars, and then just kind of drift, and Garfield laments. There's a big house up ahead, and the rowboat thankfully just lands by that house. The house is big and spooky, and it looks like somebody's home. Try to kick the door in.
Ow!
This place is deserted. Let's warm ourselves by the fire. If it's deserted, why is there a fire, Garfield? Garfield. And it's not deserted. There's a scary old man. He tells them a scary story about pirates landed on this island 100 years ago and buried their treasure and vowed to come back in 100 years at midnight on Halloween, which happens to be tonight. It's been 100 years. And dig up the treasure, even if it meant coming back from the dead. And this scary old man is the cabin boy. He never took the treasure for himself because he knew that the pirates would return and they would get him. And then he disappears with lightning.
Where'd he go? Oh well.
And it turns out he stole the boat. He stole their boat. Garfield catastrophizes. My favorite complaint is that it's past his bedtime.
It's past my bedtime. I want to go home.
And he and Odie try to beat up a clock to prevent midnight from happening. And then a ghost ship appears. And I love the art direction that they went for these ghosts. I think this is like the best spooky ghost. And meanwhile, Garfield and Odie are trying to find somewhere to hide, and I am still looking at the ghost going, "This is so cool." The treasure levitates up onto the floor. Odie sneezes, and now the ghosts know where they are, so they run away, and the ghosts are incredibly slow in this chase. And then I really wonder which board is going to break. Put your guess in the comments. Which one is it? A, B, C, or D? The correct answer was B. Odie and Garfield try to swim away, and then Garfield remembers that he can't swim, so Odie saves him. Garfield does not save Odie. He doesn't. They flop onto shore and start walking home, but then they find the rowboat, and their candy is still in it. So they go home, and Garfield, because he's so grateful to Odie for saving his life multiple times, tells him that he can have his half of the candy. How generous. And then Garfield turns the TV on, and that spooky old man is on TV saying that he's going to tell a scary story about about pirates. He's going to talk about pirates, and also he is wearing Garfield's pirate hat. And that's the end. I think that this little 24-minute feature had way too many musical numbers. I love Odie. I wonder if John is regularly not really pictured. And it felt like typical Garfield. The Garfield that I know, even as someone who's not particularly knowledgeable or invested in Garfield. So if you want to watch it for yourself, it's here on YouTube. You can also watch it on Scholastic. They just started a new app on Roku TVs, and they don't have a ton on it yet, but it's a lot of Garfield, Barney, Maya and Miguel, Magic School Bus, Goosebumps. But if you just Clifford the Big Red Dog. So if you just like old cartoons that allow PBS feel, then I would say download Scholastic. But for this month, when I'm doing these PBS type specials, I would like to remind all of you at home that PBS is incredibly vital to our community, to our country for education, that a lot of information is publicly accessible, whether it's, with Sesame Street, like education content. I grew up watching PBS Kids because my parents didn't want us watching TV, so we didn't have cable, but we could watch Arthur, Curious George. And then, as you get older, there's news, there's informational content. So it is incredibly important to our country to have free public access to information. And their funding was cut by the government. So I want to take this time to encourage you to donate to your local PBS station. If you go online and search it up, it'll be right there and you can make a donation. I would also say, if you are somebody who recently deleted your Disney Plus account because you value free speech, I know I did, maybe now that you're not paying that monthly, you could donate to PBS. If you do a $5 monthly donation, you get access to their streaming service called Passport, where they have all your favorites: Antique Roadshow, Novus, I think Walking with Dinosaurs was on there. I know I'm a big fan of gardening and then watching nature documentaries. I always say I like ocean ones, but then I get freaked out by the whales. Definitely grasslands are more my speed. I want to take this time to wish you a happy October, a happy Halloween, and donate to your local PBS station. Oh my gosh, we could say this channel was brought by viewers like you. I make no money off of this, but I keep doing it because it's fun to share with all of you. And it was made for viewers like you. So thank you. And if you've made it all the way to this end of the video, please like, please subscribe, please maybe send it to another friend. I don't know. And you can follow me on TikTok. It's the same, BLYHDGN. I post there very frequently. And I will see you next week for another PBS Halloween special.